wanted more and went out and got it in a man's world. We meet a laborer, a firefighter, and a pilot. Join us on location in California as TU League talks to pop star Andy Gibb. Listen to the... Andy Gibb's career as a popular entertainer has been scarred by headlines about his personal life. The gossip papers were quick to jump on the facts of his drug addiction and also his tragic breakup with actress Victoria Principal. But Andy is determined now to leave all of that behind him and reestablish singing as the most important factor in his life. Our Hollywood reporter, TU League, recently met with Andy at his home in Los Angeles.
Thanks, Peter. My guest today has gold and platinum albums. He starred on Broadway, and he was most recently co-host of TV's Solid Gold. He's Andy Gibb. And Andy, you're all of 27, and you started very young.
Yeah, I did. I started in this business when I was 12 years old, actually.
Was that on the island of Ibiza, singing in a bar?
How did you know that?
Your dad told me.
That's right, yes. 12 years old, in Spain. We lived there for about 3.5 years. And that's when I started, not professionally, but I got my first experiences there.
Was it tough for you because your brother started first and you kind of followed in their footsteps?
I don't honestly think I'd be here now if it wasn't for them. If they hadn't come along first. Well, who knows how it would have worked out. But my brother Barry gave me my first break. He produced my first records. Go away, plane. He produced my first records, and he wrote most of my hits. So, you know, who's to say if, you know, it hadn't have been for him first, you know, what would have happened for me?
Are you a close family?
Yeah, very close.
I know your dad is here today, and he's very supportive of you. Tell us a little bit about your family relationship.
Well, it's an unusual relationship. We're we always hang out a lot together. If I'm in Miami with my brothers, you know, we're not like a party type family. We don't, you know, do our own thing. We all stick together. And a typical night with me and my brothers, or if I'm in Miami, because they live down there, I live in Los Angeles, would be just to stay in, pick up the guitars, cups of tea, television, stuff like that. But always there for each other.
You seem very sensitive. Have you been hurt a lot?
Yeah, yeah, I have. I went through a very, very heavy relationship, which is probably common knowledge. It was very Victoria Principal.
Was it tough for you because it was so public?
Yeah, but what was so strange is that it was public for both of us. It wasn't just public for me. You know, we were both celebrities dating each other. And it was strange because when we split up, it was so intense, our relationship, that when we did split up, it didn't seem... What hurt me was that she didn't seem to go through any pain at all. And I felt a bit strange being the man feeling the pain and the weakness. And it really was hell for me. It really was. I had a nervous breakdown. And of course, there was that, like, I'm the man, I shouldn't be acting like this. I should be the one to rally and be strong. Not with Victoria. She's a very, very, very strong lady. Very tough lady.
But I thought men have come a long way, and it's okay now to sometimes cry.
Well, I made it okay.
Yeah. You've had a long-standing battle with drugs. You're doing okay now, but tell us a little bit about that.
You know, it was, a few people in the business knew about it for quite a few years, and I tried to keep it secret. It was with cocaine. And it got to the point where, I mean, my family, of course, for many years have been very, very concerned, because it got to the point of danger. And I thought, you know, when I'm ready to stop, I'll stop. I can do it on my own. And one thing I have learned is that we can't do it on our own. It's a disease, like alcoholism. And for anybody watching this, you've got to know that it is a disease.
What did you do personally?
Well, I checked myself into the Betty Ford Center at Eisenhower in Palm Springs for 6 weeks and graduated there with my medallion after 6 weeks. That's the longest you can do there. And it's still very hard. It's one day at a time. And it's, again, you're never cured.
Andy, about your career now, you haven't been in the studio for a long time, but I understand you're going back to recording.
Right, yeah. It'll probably be about a month away yet. But Barry, my eldest brother, who wrote my early hits, we talked about 2 weeks ago in England. He wants to do my comeback album with me. And he's got to do his second solo album first, and then he's going to do mine.
So this really will be the comeback album for you, is that?
Yeah. Well, he says you've never really been away, Andy. He says it's kind of a comeback, but you've been there, but you just haven't had any product out. So. But I can't wait to start. It's been a long time.
And you're going to do a command performance. What I've always wanted to know is a command performance really a command? I mean, what if you said no?
Oh, no, you can't. It's royalty. No, I'm doing a command performance for Princess Anne. in London.
Now, what happened? I mean,
3
how
weeks
did they
from now.
contact you? What did they say? Andy Gibb,
She
we
rang
want
me
you.
up on the phone and said, it's Annie here. She said, I said, hi, Anne, what do you want? You know.
That doesn't happen that way.
No, it came, of course, through my agents and everything. And what they're doing, actually, is they're putting together a group of Australian artists, well-known Australian artists. The ex-lead singer of the Little River Band, Glenn Shorrock, the new lead singer of the Little River Band, Johnny Farnham, and some well-known Australian celebrities, and I am headlining the show. And it's going to be nerve-wracking to play in front of Princess Anne.
But don't you also feel great?
I wish it was Princess Di, but Lady Di, but never mind. No, it is. It's a great honor. It is, and it's going to be a little scary, but of course, you know, even though I am English by birth, I will be representing Australia for this thing. It's purely Australian.
What are some of your greatest fears now?
I can't really say failing, because I failed a lot the past few years, and my life's been exposed and open a lot. So I don't have too much to hide anymore. The only fears I have are letting myself down. Not so much people. I mean, I've already done that an awful lot. It's very important now that I do what I know I have to do, and that I don't fail in that.
You've learned your lessons well.
I hope so, but I mean, life to death is all one big lesson, I think. But I suppose I had a lot of experience, yeah. I'm just not going to get hurt like I did, or like I was hurt before. I'm not about to go through that again. No way.
Thank you, Andy, very much for joining us. It was a real pleasure talking to you. And that, Peter, is it from Hollywood. We'll see you real soon.